Good morning. Once again, I will briefly explain relation between electric and magnetic fields in uniform plane wave. Already we know that the relation between electric and magnetic fields is E by H is equal to 120 pi ohms, which is approximately equal to 377 ohms. So, to derive this relation, consider two Maxwell's equations. One is this one, other one this one. First take equation 2 and expand this curl in rectangular coordinate system and apply properties of uniform plane wave. So this is the expansion of equation 2 and apply uniform plane wave properties and substitute E is equal to Ex Ax bar plus Ey Ay bar. Then this equation becomes this one. Similarly, take equation 1 and do the same thing. We obtain equation 4, equation 4. Now equate similar components on both sides of equation 3 and 4. We get these 4 equations. Now take Ex is equal to f of z minus v naught into t. So here f may be either sine or cos exponential. Here v naught is velocity of propagation of wave. Now differentiate this equation with respect to time on both sides. Then we are getting this equation. Here don't worry about this f dash. F dash is differentiation of f. For example, if f is sine, then differentiate, that becomes cos. Once again, if we integrate cos, then we are getting sine. Don't worry about minus sign. Substitute this equation 9 in equation 5. We get this equation. Now integrate this equation with respect to z on both sides. Now this is the equation plus some constant k. Here integration of f dash becomes this one. Here already we assume this is Ex. So this equation becomes this one. So previously this is differentiated with respect to t, but here we are integrating this with respect to z. Don't worry. Y means if f is equal to, let us assume sine of z minus v naught into Now if we differentiate this with respect to time, this becomes f dash, which is differentiation of sine is cos of z minus v naught into t into minus v naught. So this f is a function of z and t. Here we are differentiating this with respect to t, then we are getting minus v naught into cos of z minus v naught into t. Now if you integrate this with respect to z, if we integrate this with respect to z, so this is integral f dash dz is equal to, now in this side we are integrating this with respect to z. So this integration of cos is sine, so minus v naught into sine of z minus v naught into t. And once again, if we do this differentiation of this z, we are getting 1, don't worry. So integration of this cos is sine. Now this is equal to, once again, f. That is the case here. So don't confuse about this f dash and this integration. Simply remember the differentiation of f with respect to t is f dash, and integration of f dash with respect to z is simply f. Remember that point, don't think otherwise. So we constant k is constant, k cannot be a part of a motion, and this constant k is equal to 0. Now this equation becomes this one. This equation can be written as Ex by Hy is equal to square root of mu naught by epsilon naught. Take it as equation 11. Similarly, if we take Ey is equal to f of z minus v naught into t and differentiate this with respect to time, we are getting this equation. Now substitute this equation in equation 6. We get this equation. Now integrate this with respect to z, then we are getting this equation. Here integration differentiation cancel, that becomes f. Here f is already we assume Ey here. Now this f becomes Ey, and this equation becomes Ey by hx is equal to minus square root of mu naught by epsilon naught. Take it as equation 12. Now take magnitude of E by h. Here E is equal to Ex ax bar plus Ey ay bar. Then what is magnitude of this E? Square root of Ex square plus Ey square. Similarly, H also has two components, Hx ax bar plus Hy ay bar. So magnitude of H is square root of hx square plus hy square. Now, to simplify this equation, we may substitute E in terms of h, then cancel out, or you may substitute h in terms of E and cancel out. So, to do that, take equations 11. This is equation 11. From this equation 11, simply Ex is equal to square root of mu naught by epsilon naught into Hy. From this equation 12, Ey is equal to minus square root of mu naught by epsilon naught into Hx. I will write the two equations here. Hy is equal to minus square root of mu naught by epsilon naught into Hx. Similarly, from equation 11, Ex is equal to square root of mu naught by epsilon naught into Hy. Now substitute these two equations in this. That becomes, I will write here, square root of first Ex square on both sides. That becomes mu naught by epsilon naught into Hy square plus next Ey square mu naught by epsilon naught into Hx square by Hx square plus Hy square. Here mu naught by epsilon naught is common and take outside. Then here numerator denominator becomes equal, then cancel, and this equation becomes this one. Now in free space, you know that mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 and 1 by epsilon naught is equal to 36 pi into 10 power nine. Why means in free space 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 9 into 10 power 9. So take that 1 by 4 to that side, that becomes 36. So 4 pi into 10 power minus 7, 36 pi into 10 power 9. If we do calculation, then this becomes 120 pi units ohms, which is approximately 377 ohms. So the ratio of electric and magnetic fields is called intrinsic impedance and is denoted by eta. Eta is equal to E by H, which is equal to mu by epsilon in general medium. For free space, mu becomes mu naught and epsilon becomes epsilon naught. This is the value. Similarly, if direction of propagation of wave is along x-axis, then Ey by Hz is equal to square root of mu naught by epsilon naught, and Ez by Hy is equal to minus square root of mu naught by epsilon naught. If direction of propagation of wave is x, then y z. If the directions are proper, then there is no minus. If directions are reversed, direction of propagation x, but we are getting z and y, then we are getting minus. Remember this. If direction of propagation is y, then Ez by Hx is equal to square root of mu naught by epsilon naught, and Ex by Hz here reversed, so which is equal to minus square root of mu naught by epsilon naught. Remember these relations in solving the problems.